Hey y'all, it's Amanda with Tap Mom and the Big Brigade. Welcome back to my channel. Oh, the crochet journey. Oh, a year in the making and I'm finally crocheting. I can't tell you how many tutorials I've been watching. My history on my YouTube is probably full of them. And I've saved a lot of them. But a lot of them I go, nope, not going to do that. That's a little too complicated for me. Can't wrap my head around that one. I started this here blanket as soon as I got the double crochet. Once I got the double crochet down, I started this here little blanket. But then it's full of mistakes. It's just riddled with, it's really bad. Because I'm one of those people, if it ain't right, I lose interest in it real quick. Because the more mistakes I look back and I'm like, I'm not frogging that. I'm just going to stop and do something else. So this is how terrible, how it's all wonky. It just, yeah, it just kind of goes eek like that. So I know this is a me thing and not the yarn, because all the yarn is the same size. One strand of worsted is all I've used on this one. The color choices, I'm good with that, because this is scrap yarn. This is just yarn I've caked up and put in Ziplocs. That's all I'm using right now, because I'm trying to use all that up. Yeah, the color combination would definitely work. It is just a little lap blanket, but I mean, and I even got it long enough or wide enough. But I made so many mistakes, and I just kept not being happy with it, that it is shelved. I don't know that I'll ever finish that, because I'm so frustrated with it. Put it behind there. And then there's the Franken blanket. I know that y'all haven't heard that term, but that's what I've been calling the Bernat blanket yarn panels that I made for my oldest son's blanket. I made, I want to say 8 or 9 panels. I don't know. But for the life of me, I couldn't figure out how to lay them out and get them joined and have it look like any semblance of a blanket. I agonized and agonized and agonized over it. And I spent all those hours loom knitting those panels. And now all of it looks like this. Yes, I frogged every stinking panel of the blanket yarn panels, not of the scrap yarn panels. So that's a wrap. I'm going to go back eventually, and when I can make a chain long enough, and just do him a crochet blanket with that yarn. And I started one, and then I saw something that I started it off in one hook size, and then realized that I didn't have the big enough hook. So back to Hobby Lobby I went, and now I have, like, I forget how many of those hooks I have. Yeah, I have several of those hooks now from Hobby Lobby, and a bigger one I got for the blanket yarn, and it works just fine. It works fine. I think it's a 10 millimeter that I ended up going with, and that works fine. So, but I'm going to eventually redo my son's blanket with the Bernat blanket yarn. But I'll probably end up waiting until we get moved next month, so I could spread out and do it, because it's going to be wide, and I'm not doing wide blankets right now. I'm just sticking with lap blankets, because right now we're trying to keep things at a minimum. All my regular brand new yarn is packed away in boxes, and all I'm working out of is a basket with scrap yarn in Ziplocs. or, caked up yarn that I caked up, and to make it easier to work with when I was looming it, and I caked up a bunch of different yarn and put it in little Ziplocs to keep, because I live on a dirt road. So, to keep it clean and not end up with dust, because dust is everywhere here. But to keep it clean and dust free, I put everything in Ziplocs as I was caking it up. And because when you're loom knitting and you use 4-weight, you have to use 2 strands at a time to get it look decent. Depending on what gauge your loom is. If you're using a large gauge looms like I do, most of the time, you have to use 2 strands. So I would cake up the yarn so that I could pull from 2 different cakes at the same time. And so that's why I had tons of yarn done that way. And but I'm working my way through it. So, and then I've now taught myself how to crochet with 2 strands of yarn. At least 4-weight anyway. So that's what I've been doing. I did with, not this side. Was it this side? Yeah, this side. I did this one. I did this because I'm working on the panels for the scrap yarn blanket. Because I had 2 blankets going at a time. I had the scrap yarn blanket with the panels, and then I had the burlap blanket yarn with the panels. I haven't given up on the scrap yarn blanket panels because I'm going to do something with those. But this is, I don't know if y'all could tell, I only have really one mistake in this one. And I'm going to let that go. But this is, I think this is half double crochet here. Yeah, that I just, because they were uneven. Don't know why. But they were just, the panels, like when you folded them, because I joined 2 panels together. And then when you, and now I'm noticing more unevenness. But when you joined them, they just they weren't the same size. So I just crocheted places to make them square, or to make them, a little closer to the same size. So I just, crocheted on the ends that didn't match, where they didn't match. So I really am still not sure who's going to get this when I'm done with it. Probably my mom. I think she appreciate it out of everybody I know. She would probably appreciate something like this that took a lot of effort. But then it's mismatched, because this is the outline stitch here on the loom, and then you got my double crochet here. So so it'll be kind of a hodgepodge of things. But I mean, the color combinations are nice. You get a wide range of colors, and she really loves blue. So, and she loves orangey color too. She really likes stuff like this. She likes bright colors. So, I think she will love this when I'm done with it. And oh, there went my yarn. But I ended up crocheting on the wrong end of this last night. I wasn't supposed to crochet this end. I was supposed to this end. I even got a little stitch marker. How about that? But so I'm working on this end. This looks pretty darn good, if I do say so myself. But I don't think I got 1 or 2 mistakes. But other than that, it looks pretty good. But this is 2 strands together too, with a 5mm hook, and that works best for me. So I didn't know, you don't know when you start which hook is going to be your favorite, but the 5 tends to be my favorite. And Will says, my oldest son, that when the income tax money comes through, that I can order me one of them fancy smancy furls hooks. I want one that's metal at the end. I just want to try and see if it's any better or the same or what. But I really want a metal inline because I got to have that inline sharp end on it. And I don't know where they are right now because Johnny moved things. But I don't know what he did with, oh, I know what he did. Okay, it's over there. But it's got to have that inline end on it that the Hobby Lobby ones have. And I looked at the only place that I found that has metal ones with that end on them is the Furls. And of course the one that I really like is like $36 by itself. Why $36? That makes 0 sense to me. But if you're gonna splurge on something, income tax refund time is the time to do it. And so he's gonna let me get that. Then I'll find me a discount. I'll get it cheaper. I'll find a way to get it cheaper. I'm not paying full price for that. But I want a 5 for that, because I'm going to be using a 5 for because I have 90% of my yarn is 4-weight worsted. So I just and a bunch of my scrap yarn, or what I call scrap yarn, the ones that's in Ziplocs, a bunch of that is winded up in balls of two strands. So I can, that'll be blankets. That'll be into scrap blankets. Because I want to use all that up. I don't want it to go, to just sit there. I want to use a lot of that up, and I can do that now. I can crochet that stuff up now. So, and obviously I've learned really quickly that crochet burns up the yarn a lot quicker than knitting ever did. So, I mean, you can loom knit something in it. I mean, I got this blanket here that's a good size lap blanket out of that anniversary cake. This is a loom knitted item here. And I did the ally stitch on my 120 peg Sandwood loom, and I had yarn left over. I had about probably about 50 grams, maybe 50 yards. I don't know how much it was. It was a ball about like that, of yarn left over. I just kind of got fatigued and was ready to be done. And so to have yarn left over and still have a pretty good size lap blanket from knitting it, that tells you all you need to know about the difference between loom knitting or knitting versus crochet, and the use of how much yarn is used. Obviously, loom knitting or needle knitting and crochet are different as far as how much yarn it takes. It takes a whole lot more yarn to crochet than it does to knit. And so that's why I have no doubt that I will burn through my stash as far as my scrap yarn and stuff, so that I'm not wasting any before I touch. I'm not going to say that I'm not going to touch my new stuff, my stuff in totes that's new, because I have some beautiful stuff that I really can't wait to dig into now that I can crochet. I really can't wait. But this is really pretty. I really like this. But I will dig into the new stuff probably once we get moved. But while we're in the moving state, we did finish with the kitchen for the most part. We've been through the cabinets, and we went through stuff that needed to be gone through. So it's not much left in the kitchen, just to pack away the daily use stuff. But we're getting there. We're slowly but surely getting there. I'm going to tackle my room starting tomorrow. Yeah. I don't look forward to that. But anyhow, that's where everything is. I have 2 panels for this scrap blanket right now. I had 4 panels, And now I have two, because see, I joined these. I joined these before I got crochet down, because I did this little ridge to join them. This was right before I got it. But I'm crocheting this out longer because this portion is longer than this. But I'll figure it out. I'll have them done in the next day or two, because we'll do so much of the packing, and then when I'm downtime just watching TV or whatever, then I'll do the crochet, and then I'll try to watch something that I don't have to pay close attention to, that I can listen to more than watch, and I'll crochet then. And so that's 90% of what I watch. I can listen to more than watch. And because my attention span's about this. Anyway, but I should tell you that this shirt was made for me by my friend Becky and her daughter Sadie. The young lady that I gave the looms and the yarn to like last year. Her and her mama made me this shirt. It was a really late Christmas present. I took her some more yarn the other day, some that I had pulled from my stash that I didn't think I'd ever use, and that a lot of it was baby blanket yarn, and she just happens to be very pregnant. Sadie, not her mama. Sadie is due in May with baby boy Ryan, and so I took her some two Bernat baby blanket balls, and then some other baby yarn that was from Hobby Lobby that I got on sale. So I took a bunch of stuff, a whole Michael's bag full of yarn. But and then they gave me this shirt that they had made me, and it's lovely. I love sunflowers, and they found me this, like, it's kind of like an iridescent rainbow sunflower. It almost looks like an eye there, but it's beautiful. The shirt's a little snug. It's not, but who knows? Maybe I'll shrink and it'll become a better fit. But it's pretty. It's real pretty, and I like it. They found the iron-on thing, and they got this little t-shirt press thing that they made it with. So it's pretty neat. Figured I'd wear it in my video, maybe brighten a few days. I don't know. And I put on makeup. And some sort of blemish here, and I was trying to cover it, and then I said, screw it, and I just went on and put makeup on, and then I put earrings in, and I said, there, I look pretty. Sort of. Anyway, I love y'all. I hope everybody's having a good day. I'm going to try to muster up the energy to get out of the house, maybe. I don't know. I really don't know. I know we got to go do laundry sometime this week, so we all can have work shirts and stuff. But I hope everybody's doing okay. I've been feeling decent, but the arthritis has been real bad in my left ankle, and it's painful to walk. And then my left knee wants to get in on the action, and so when you got your left knee and your right ankle both hurting, walking around just doesn't seem very appealing. Anyway, I'll close there. I got a new channel I've been watching, and she just happens to be only about 75 miles up the road from me. Llama Mama Kayla. Hey. Just a shout out. If y'all hadn't tuned into her channel, you should really tune into her channel. She just has this most peaceful, serene personality. She got health problems way worse than mine, and she's just the sweetest lady. So sweet. And she loom knits too, and she crochets. Oh, she makes the most beautiful crochet things. So pretty. How she does it, I don't know, but so pretty. And wow. And she got a pretty little doggy, and she's taking care of her mama's little doggies. And she's just an amazing person. Her personality is just, I just feel like I'm watching an old friend when I watch her videos. I just love her to pieces. And I just subscribed not too long ago, but man, Much love to Llama Mama Kayla. So sweet. Anyway, and of course, a belated birthday to my pal and my BFF, Cindy at Pupsy Crochet. I love her. I sent her a goodie box. And of course, Connie, Just Another Stitch, her birthday is on the 27th, and I sent hers early, but she did a video, so y'all know that already. But I just love sending goodie boxes. Who knows? You never know who might be next with a goodie box. It just depends on where the finances land. I do love sending a good goodie box. But it's worth it just to see the look on their face or hear it in their voice when they, when they get to open the box, It's wonderful. It's just wonderful to send goodies to somebody who really deserves it. And let me tell you, Cindy and Connie definitely deserve it. And, well, I love to give things to people, especially when I can. It's awesome. Anyway, I love y'all, and I hope y'all have a wonderful week, and I hope the sunshine stays. It's really sunshiny here today, here in the country. We can enjoy the country while we have it, because we're moving to the city, people. Take care. God bless you, and I'll see you on the next one.